Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance, and this is Marky 12, and he's in the Geschutzwagen Tiger, the GW Tiger, the Tier 9 German SPG, and we're on the south spawn of Cliff. And battle is underway. Whoa! Slight collision there with the Gorilla. Now this battle is actually one from a while ago, so it's one of the old versions of World of Tanks, and we might see a different performance from the Arty concerned. Okay, there's a target in the pass straight away, the West Pass, Object 140, and a Gorilla 15 now. Which is he going to go for? Is he going to aim for the gap? No, I think he wants that Gorilla. Or is he? No, he's gone back. He's gone back to the corner, and that tank's been taken out. There's another T-30 directly behind that one, using that one as a shield now. Okay, he's dialed in. Yeah, he can hit it, and he does, and he kills it. I think actually that shell hit and started a fire, which then caused it to burn, because it didn't appear the moment it had been struck. But you see the T-30 just below it? It's moving. It's a dead tank and it's moving. Somebody's pushing it. There's another tank there. There's another tank there that's been unsighted. There it is, the E-75 suddenly coming to view, and there's a Type 4 heavy as well. Now you always watch for things like that when you're an Arty, because you can see a tank moving or see a wreck moving and you think, ah, something's got to be pushing it. Okay, he's going to go for the Type 4 heavy, round out. Oh, lands next to it but not on it. He did get a critical hit, he damaged the tracks. I'm pretty sure this is pre 9.18, this replay, in which case there's no stun mechanic, but the shells do have a greater effect. They do more damage, much more damage. So if he gets a direct hit, you could see a massive score. It's almost reloaded. Okay, switching to the hill. He is reloaded, but there's those rocks in the way of the T-10. I think he wants to get it when it's clear, but it's moving, so he has to anticipate. And he is right at the edge of his field of fire limit, so he's getting reticule bloom. Every time he moves the vehicle, the reticule's blooming out again, and that makes it awkward. Kramwagen's spamming the chat, rounds out, and he does get a hit. 855 hit points, 2 critical hits on T10, and it is taken out. And the GW Tiger, Marky 12, is indicating that they should report the Kramwagen because he's spamming chat. And that's quite correct. Any person who spams chat like that is actually distracting, especially for a player who's trying to concentrate so that they can get their job done. Okay, we know that the Type 4 heavy was seen down there, but the question is he still there? I think he probably is. He's probably guarding that area. Yes, you can see the movement. There he is. It's been spotted. Almost loaded. Rounds out. Oh, look at that, 610, and he wipes out the Type 4 heavy. This is definitely pre 9.18. You don't see hits like that nowadays. And he's moved out of cover, out of the tree, but that is with good reason, because if the enemy were looking for a counter battery shot, then and they saw that tracer coming out of the bush, they'd aim for the bush. By moving out of the bush, he's less likely to get struck. It's a T-49. He's attacking the Type 54. He's almost reloaded. He's now doing the Circle of Death. Oh, that's bad news. He did manage to derp the T-54. But he is fairly badly damaged. Now, is Marky going to go for him? He's still suffering from reticule bloom because it's at the edge, the limits of his field of fire. No, he's switched to the Skoda because although that's at the other edge of his limits of field of fire, but the thing is that that Skoda appeared that it was going to go back into the field again. And then he'd be able to dial in on it. Now there are 2 tanks down at the moment. The enemy is ahead. The guerrilla's moving up on the east flank, on going around the mountain, the cliff edge route, because the T-49's up there. It might be a good idea for Marky to focus on that, but instead he's focusing on the West Passage. There's the Guerrilla 15 there and the E-75. Now he can take the E-75 out for certain. He could probably get the Guerrilla 15. And he hits and kills the E-75. Good, so that's out the equation. It's now 5 versus 4. Repositioning himself. He might want to start thinking about moving into cover, because if the enemy does break through and they come and start looking, they might see him if he's out in the open. There's a lot of wrecks on that corner, and unfortunately they just lost the T-30, but the enemy lost the T-49. It was killed by the Guerrilla, so the Guerrilla's coming back into play and is looking to try and get a shot on the Skoda. Marky's aiming for the Skoda, but unfortunately he's got a red line that he's obstructed by the hill, so he's not going to be able to get that. The only problem is that the Guerrilla is now free to move. The enemy Guerrilla is now free to move because there's nobody guarding the West Passage, but he might not know that. There's the Skoda. He actually went around and he's coming behind the Guerrilla, and the other Guerrilla, the enemy Guerrilla, has moved. Right, so Marky's aiming for that Guerrilla and indicating his target. Trying to dial in. He's got a bush between him and the enemy, only just. Sort of like one side of him is visible. Just check to see, am I in cover? Now the other Guerrilla's going up to take an observational view to see if he can spot the enemy Guerrilla. There it is. He has been seen. And he's taken out by his Guerrilla. He's come down from the cliff. So now it's 2 versus 3 because the Batchat has been taken out in the meanwhile. The Batchat on Marky's team. Marky was seen as well. And that was a round from the enemy Arty. But he has repositioned. Now he's aiming for the T-50. It's probably the T-50, could have been the T-50 who spotted him. More likely it was the Guerrilla that spotted him because it was much closer, 300 meters when he was the Guerrilla was killed. There's some general recriminations going on in chat where they're blaming the Cranbarn because they think that they're going to lose this now. The Guerrilla's been taken out. So it's now the GW Tiger from Marky versus the Skoda. 2 Arty, but he takes out the Skoda. Great shot. And the enemy Arty were firing in. But it's too late, he'd relocated. Rounds landing behind him. The problem is, if both Arty come at the same time, this could be awkward. Now the enemy Arty is a Batchatillon 155-58. That's the autoloader French Arty, and this was back when it did have 4 shots per magazine. And the other Arty is a tier 9. Now I think that's the 212. Yes, it is the 212A, the Soviet tier 9 Arty. As you can see there's the batch at 155.58. He's got 3 kills, so he's quite a competent player. But I'm not sure that the enemy are going to be expecting Marky to be up on top of the cliff firing down on them. It is an unusual position for an Arty to take. And he spotted one of them. The question is, did they spot him? I think they might have, because that Batchat is coming straight for him. He's realised the danger he's in. And he shotguns him! What a shot! 490 hit points. Wow, that was amazing. And he took out the most dangerous enemy. And he actually said lol in chat as well. And it is a lol. It's, my God, what a shot. He didn't really, he just aimed it just right and didn't have a tight reticule or anything. He just leant over the edge of the cliff and dirked him. Wow. I do know that Marky has a lot of experience in this particular Arty. In fact, he does have a lot of high tier Arty. But it certainly looks as if he's having fun in this one. Now the question is, where will the 212, what will the 212 do? Will the 212 try to make it to Marky's cap? And will he be expecting Marky to do the same again and be looking at the cliff face where Marky was? Or will the 212 go defensive and try to defend his own cap? Well, I think we're going to find that out now. So Marky's going to come around the corner and have a look and see if he can spot the 212. Problem is the view range of the GW Tiger is 295 meters. So he's going to have to get fairly close. He's about 295 now, just about. It's going to be a little closer actually. It's going to be about 200 meters now from the cap. Well, it's actually a 100 on the diagonal, with 200 meters to the rear of the enemy cap. Right, the 212 hasn't gone defensive. He has gone on the offensive. He's left the cap area, and Marky's started the cap, which means that, and so is the enemy. But there's a good 4 seconds between them. Is it 3 seconds? And the battle ends in 2 minutes. So I think from now on, it's very likely who's going to be. Does Marky go back to his own cap and try to reset? I don't think so. It would take too long. So it's going to be a case of firing shots at each other and then looking for the tracer to see if you can spot the enemy. Now, I think if Marky's clever, he can look for that tracer, wait for the 212 to fire, and then blow it away and get a reset. It does help sometimes if you turn off all visuals, because then you're looking for a clear white tracer and know exactly where the enemy is. There he is! In the corner, on that side. Yep, he's got him. And round out. And yes! He does! He takes him out! He kills the 212 and wins the battle. He doesn't even have to cap out. Oh wow. What a way to win the battle. Well done, Marky. If we have a look at the end of battle stats, it's an ace tanker for Marky 12 in the GW Tiger. He also picked up a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits, crew incapacitations or module damage. He got a defender because he defended the cap long enough that the enemy got 70 hit points, 70 cap points, and he reduced that to 0. And he got a top gun because he scored at least 6 kills, and we can see those kills there. And if we look at the team scores, we can see that Marky came second on damage with 3,824 hit points. He came top when it came to kills with 6, and he came top when it came to base XP of 1,177, which is very high. He also, if we look at the detail report, he only fired 8 rounds, only 8! He got 4 direct hits, 4 penetrations, 5 splash damage. He did damage of 3,824 hit points, of which 3,124 were at more than 300 meters. Of course, that batch at 155.58 was a lot closer when he blew that one away. He also received 2 hits as a result of splash damage. He spotted 1 enemy vehicle, which was the Batchat, which wasn't seen until he saw it. He damaged 7 enemy vehicles. He killed 6 of them. 6 kills off 8 shells. He only missed on 2 of them. He missed on getting a kill, that is. Damage due to his player's assistance was 242 hit points. He defended for 80 base capture points, or he made 80 base capture points, and he defended on 71. Oh, he was so lucky there. He narrowly got it. If he just waited a little longer, he might have missed out if the 212 had relocated. On a standard account, this was when he had a standard account, 31,723 credits. He also received compensation of 273 credits, and I suspect that was down to the gorilla bumping into him at the start of the battle. So he had a total of 31,996 credits in total. After deductions for repair and ammunition, he took away 9,605 credits. He earned base XP of 1,177. It was time 2 for the first victory of the day, so he took away 2,354 XP in total. So well done indeed, Marky, and I'm sure all those who were recriminating and trying to blame others for this failure and this loss were suddenly startled that no, they actually had a rather good Arty player on their team who managed to carry the battle for them and pull the rabbit out of the hat and get 6 kills and win right at the very end. So well done indeed, Marky. Great battle. Very much enjoyed it. If you enjoyed this battle, please do give it a like and do subscribe to our channel. And hopefully I will see you in the next replay.